Hello guys, it is that panda guy and we are here again with another video, and this is the last little island video of the series, so I do hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I just like to keep you guys entertained, and honestly I enjoy making these videos and just blabbering away. But what you guys are going to see is basically DBN taking on the pressure from RPG here, as well as Fine. I don't think I got any footage of Fine actually fighting them, and I know Fine took on a lot of heat, but basically, I was actually busy when, Fine has started getting pushed, and I guess DBN wasn't at full power from what I know. They were merged in G1, right? So of course they were able to fight harder, but in this case they were much weaker and they just they weren't able to face RPG. I will give it to them. They took really good trades on their tower swarms that got swarmed by, RPG. But the issue is, they just didn't have enough numbers to hold these towers forever, right? Even if they are trading 5-1, 4-1, whatever it might be, they just don't have enough troops to out manpower this. And I will give it to RPG where they took good trades on the rally itself, but their swarms were just taking really bad trades. And you guys are going to see that in these reports I show shortly. And if you guys are wondering why that is, it's because basically the debuffs coming out from all these other heroes are actually making the tower that much squishier for the rally, I guess, and it's helping the rally along, right? Like, don't get me wrong, the rally did much better, but when you really consider how much these people lost swarming the tower compared to the trades they were taking, it's really hard to determine who really won this tower trade, especially when you consider a lot of these players who are swarming might not be all tier 6 or do have tier 6 and just aren't able to compare to captain, right? All in all, RPG still did good. I'm pretty sure they just wanted to rush this along and push DBN out as fast as possible. Just went crazy, honestly, here. I think these guys just didn't care about how much they lost. And in this case, RPG was just an ultimate powerhouse coming into G2. I mean, fighting one of these big whale alliances, and I consider there to be 4 big whale alliances, being RPG, HNB, NCS, and Boon. I think those are like the big ones that you might consider. These alliances, any of them in G2 would really dominate, and it would take the whole bracket kind of combining against them. And that's only in the case that a lot of these alliances are good, can coordinate with each other, know what they're doing. In general, it's just really hard to kind of take down a monster alliance like this with so many high tier players and all of that. But you guys see the trades here. LeBron probably took some of the better trades among like their members, but in general, the trades were just pretty disgusting. I don't know. Well, you guys did see the rally actually traded extremely positive. Extremely positive on RPG side, and that's probably a lot to do with the debuffs coming out from all these just other targets that are swarming the tower. I will show a little bit more footage from this swarm later on, because apparently I forgot to add it into the start of the video, but I did it later. But whatever, it was stupid. And next you're going to see AC-18, and I will mention that the right side of the map was basically, I'm pretty sure, a 3-way allegiance between AC-18, War, and then another alliance in the top corner. I'm not going to lie, I kind of forgot their tag, but then there's also SMHS as well as Orc. And I will not lie, guys, I'm kind of, I'm biased here because I do like AC-18, and you guys see here, but Spec did help a bit. But I am kind of biased. I do really like AC-18. I like a lot of their players. I am friendly with a lot of their players. So in general, I am just more inclined to be more friendly with them, and I am more inclined to want them to win. I will say that I do actually like a lot of the Orc players. Some of them have just been really friendly to me, and I don't really like SMHS for notable reasons, and that is a big reason I would have loved to see them topple. And the thing is, you guys got to consider, going into this bracket, SMHS is on a completely different time zone than like AC-18 and all these other, English time zone alliances or whatever it might be, because SMHS is obviously a Chinese alliance, and this was actually really bad for them because a big main force of them are offline, and they only have one whale who's, I'm guessing, is staying up through the night and kind of trying to hold down the fort. So they basically gave up a lot of towers in their AC-18 to defend from X-War, who was kind of putting pressure on their backside, and War was doing all they could. When you really consider the fact that these guys had no whales, they put up all the pressure they could, and then SMHS started waking up, and it just became a slaughterhouse, and Orc also woke up, started building along their towers, and they started connecting to these other towers, which was really bad. I think the only thing AC-18 really could have done here was maybe blocking off their village and giving up all those towers that were connecting all the way down SMH's line. Like, that's the most they could do. And if they did do that, all these all these bases that were sitting on that little territory strip could have been burned. So it's just a lose-lose, right? But the second they connect to their village, they would lose everything, right? So you really want to block it off with towers if possible. All in all, you really can't blame AC-18 for being overpowered here. Like I said, War didn't have any big whales that could go against SMH's whales. They were trading really bad. They needed AC-18 to kind of hold their towers for them. And AC-18 eventually gets pushed here, and they end up just holding double rallies for a while, honestly. I really got to give it to them. They did hold really strong, and I'm pretty sure they traded pretty well. I don't know if I have the reports in this video or not, but they did trade really well from what I saw. Kind of positive on each side, if not slightly negative in AC-18's area. But in general, that was kind of disgusting. Oh, I'm still going, guys. Sorry, I'm like having to catch my breath. But you guys get my point. AC-18, I think they did a really good job, though, considering they got double rallied. I think the double rally should have done better. But the issue with the double rallies is they weren't able to keep those rallies completely topped off. And you could kind of see that from how thin the rallies started becoming. And, at that point, it might be better just to reset, get your members collected together. That, or you just, I don't know. I don't know if that was their last tower or what. But in general, that is the best I can see them really doing there. I think AC-18 did their best there. I think SMHS as well as Orc did an amazing job, honestly, though, coordinating. Although I don't like SMHS very much, I do think that these Chinese alliances are honestly monsters. I don't think I've seen a single Chinese alliance that do not know what they're doing extremely well, super coordinated, just super smart. And it's honestly pretty crazy, Well, they definitely were coordinated. They knew what they were doing, and they got the job done and ended up pushing them out. And I mean, it is what it is. Also, this was the footage I was talking about, guys. I did miss out on a lot of this. And you will also see some G27 footage, and I'll kind of explain why I'm there in a minute. But yeah, these swarms were absolutely disgusting. But onto the G27 stuff, I will kind of explain what happened and why I actually ended up there. So, in Doom, I was going to play with Doom in the island, but what ends up happening is I got kicked, and I will say Doom re-invited me and said, oh, you can come back. But I only had 100k troops on this account, so Doom was actually planning to, kick me out so I wouldn't up the might bracket. But I was like, yo, dude, I have tier 6 tech. I should be there to, do rallies and all that. But honestly, at that point, I had already agreed to join Pyro, and I couldn't just back off on that. But basically, I'll tell you guys the situation that happened. Pyro got pushed up mid or whatever, and they had already taken Ruin area, like the surroundings. And basically, what ends up happening is we pushed towards NAF because we didn't like how they were moving towards us. And I will say, I probably made a mistake here using Peterson as a rally commander, because I was actually going to try to use it to keep the rally full. But honestly, considering Pyro, they are a pretty smart alliance, know how to keep stuff full, and are pretty smart. So in general, I probably should have used like Lewis or something just to do more damage over just trying to heal, which was kind of stupid on my part. But yeah, Pyro's pretty good alliance though, if you ask me. They're pretty good, smart players. But basically what happens is we end up pushing them off this level 7 outpost, and actually some drama goes down in this bracket, which was really wild to me. But we end up pushing them out of this tower, take some pretty decent trades, and they end up taking the level 6 village from actually their neighbor. And we actually end up assisting them with that because, well, we were planning to burn down these bases when we got some insults in chat, but these guys were pretty chill. They apologized, and we don't want to be like completely rude, especially in a low bracket like this. I actually feel really bad if I'm kind of putting in too much work here, because I just feel it's really unfair because I'm so big compared to the rest. My technology is just too big, and just the trades we might take, it's just disgusting. And now you guys are going to see some action over here from not B and then DNA. And honestly, we were just spectating, and not B, I think their big issue might have been trying to focus too much on swarming this rally over keeping the tower full, because not B had the advantage of defense as well as a stronger garrison player, right? Because their strongest player was bigger than DNA's, but DNA had a bigger field control type of situation. And not B, all they had to do was hold on for a few hours and they'd be fine, honestly, since the island was actually coming to an end. I think they still did hold pretty well. I think they had some people who were too focused on just running through the field and not jumping through bases. That is something they could improve on. And I will be doing a video kind of talking about that, about jumping through bases, to maybe just play smarter, right? And you can maybe share that to your alliance members if you notice that's something they struggle with. Also, we walked over here, right? Me and the the leader of Pyro, right? We walked over here together. We were actually just trying to sit up, have a little watch party, and it was just supposed to be a little fun thing. But basically, our marches actually end up getting attacked by DNA, and these guys end up calling us dogs and all this type of stuff in chat. So we end up actually helping those same guys that you saw us push off the tower, just beat them from their level 6 village in the last like day or so, right? It was only like I think half a day, maybe a few hours left, and I was actually offline when it happened, which was really sad because I would have loved to have recorded that. But I was out kind of with my family actually at Easter, and we got pushed. But we got pushed on G3, which was really stupid. I think you guys might have seen it in the other video, but it was pretty entertaining, honestly. But they got pushed out. They were insulting people, just really crazy. They were being homophobic. I don't even know, they were really homophobic. They were transphobic. They were calling us dogs and all this type of stuff. I don't know. So they ended up getting just the karma they deserved, honestly, after that. I kind of feel glad that we stepped in and kind of helped. And like I said, I still feel kind of bad though at the same time. I do have tier 6 troops, even if it's only 100k in this bracket. I feel really bad, because I'm kind of overpowered when you really consider it. But I mean, it is what it is. You guys, though, this is about the end of the video, and I do appreciate you guys, as always, for watching. And, you guys have an amazing day or night, though, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and yeah, that is it.